Have you ever looked around at your life and thought, I should be happy, but something inside you is telling you that something is missing? Then stay tuned because this video is definitely for you. I want to talk about the difference between being happy and being fulfilled because they're two completely different things. This idea was spawned by a conversation my husband and I recently had where I was sharing, some things I was, struggling with. And from the outside looking in, my husband and many people, honestly, in my life and even on social media, look at my life and see a very accomplished author, a global speaker, somebody who travels the country and speaks on stages. And, I've been in magazines, I write for magazines, I've been on hundreds of podcasts. Like, what could this girl possibly be unhappy about? Well, that's the thing. My husband presumed I was unhappy. And I said, well, hold on now. I didn't say I was unhappy. But I couldn't quite put a finger on what that feeling actually was. And what I ended up landing on was that I just wasn't fulfilled. And that is the difference. You see, you can be grateful for everything you have, for everything you've accomplished, right? For the love you have in a partner, for your children who are healthy, for your friends and family who hopefully support you and all your aspirations, for your education, your achievements in careers, whatever it is, all of those things can be, but still not be the things that fully and wholly fulfill your heart, right? Now, for example, for me, as I explained to my husband, I am a woman with a voracious appetite for connection, not superficial connection. I want to talk to people about philosophy, psychological developments, statistics and studies and debate, philosophies and talk about quantum physics and aliens and Atlantis and all the things. Everybody has these passions, these interests, these, needs that they want to have fulfilled in order to feel like they can fully and wholly be happy. And we can have all the things and check all the boxes, but if those little things aren't being met, then that's where we feel the thing that's missing, the thing that isn't fulfilling us completely. Now, where do we find this missing piece? It's interesting because as I was writing my blog and kind of exploring this idea even on my own, I realized that what it comes down to is that it's not that your life isn't enough. I mean, you look around, you're very grateful for what you have and for what you're surrounded with. And we're not dismissing that. This is not ingratitude. But you can be grateful for all that, but still feel like there's some part of you deep inside that's not being fully expressed. And that, my friends, is where I feel this lack of fulfillment comes in. Because this is not about having more things, more achievements, more money. I mean, those things are nice, right? We all want those. But that isn't what's going to fulfill you. What's going to fulfill you is feeling fully expressed in your life, fully expressing your love, the love you have to give with other people, the people you choose, having your truth and your voice heard, and to feel seen by friends and family who support you, right? Being fully present in situations where the things you are passionate about are able to be developed and held. That space for that. That's where you feel fulfillment. Now I can only speak from my own experience, but I have an amazing life. I have an amazing life. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Anything. And I mean that truly. But that doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to want more for myself. And again, this isn't so much about more money, more achievements, more things. This is about more expression, more spaces, more relationships for me to feel fully expressed. Because, yeah, I can do a podcast, get on a stage, make an impact, and I do that every single day. But what I miss sometimes, for this very big life I seem to lead, what I personally want are the little daily moments. What fulfills me is having coffee in the morning with my husband and having conversations about just about anything, honestly. Just hearing what he's passionate about and sharing opinions about things. I want to be able to go for a hike or for a coffee or on a shopping date with a friend and just have some girl talk, talk about our husbands and our kids or whatever it is, or just share amongst each other things that, only women can really understand. I want to talk to people who stimulate my, necessity for knowledge about things that we don't normally talk about, like the quantum physics and the aliens in Atlantis and all these things. And I feel like so many of us get caught up in this. It's kind of like being in a hamster wheel. We get caught up in the daily routine. Gotta do this, gotta. We live our lives. And especially as women, we don't stop and give ourselves permission to engage in much more outside of the daily things that honestly tend to exhaust us. That's where that burnout comes in. But I wonder if we would be happier. Well, actually, I'm going to assert, I know we would be happier if we prioritized all of those things that would make us feel more fulfilled. So what are those things? Well, I always start with the question, not so much what do I want more of or what do I need, but what do I love that doesn't have a space in my life, right? For me, I love to dance. If you tell me I'm going to a wedding or some kind of event, I cannot wait. I want to get on the dance floor. I will start the dance floor up and I will be on there till the DJ shuts down. And oftentimes they don't know when to shut down because I keep going like an Energizer bunny. But that's my outlet to get that expression out. I love dancing. I have to dance in my life. I have to. It's just a necessity. I will dance in my living room and in my kitchen and even here in my office. But there's something about being out there and dancing with other women and, having the little kids come up and move their bodies. And it's just such a joyful experience for me. And so think about what that is for you. What is that thing that you love to do that you just don't make time for, that you just don't do often enough, but that gives you the utmost joy and that just feeling of being on top of the world and being fully open and present and safe and able to experience it in that beautiful way. That's where you're going to find fulfillment. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. Maybe it is, but it could be a small thing. It could be just that you love reading books. So how often do you read books then? Say you don't have time, make time. If you're like me and you love to dance, well, let's go. Let's go find a live band somewhere on the weekend and let's go dance for an hour, right? You can look up events that are nearby you. Take your spouse, take your adult children, take your small children, go have fun. We so often are so caught up in living our lives that we forget to enjoy our lives. And that enjoyment of the things that uniquely and specifically make our hearts happy, those are the things that will provide fulfillment. So there is a difference between happiness and fulfillment. You can be very, very happy, but also feel like something is missing. And if that's the case, you have a choice. You can take action right now, whatever that thing is. Either go and do it right now, or make time, make it a priority to make space for that thing in your life. Or maybe it's a person that you don't see very often, one of your favorite people that you laugh with, and you can just be wholly and completely who you are with that person. Make a plan to visit them, make a plan to go see them. But whatever you do, do not ever stop making space for the things in your life that bring you pure joy. So with that said, if this hit a nerve, if it resonated in any way, go to danasdiaz.com, read the blog, Happy But Unfulfilled. And then also while you're on my website, danasdiaz.com, take the quiz. It's right at the top of the homepage, the Power Shift Diagnostic Quiz. Because when you take that quiz, you answer the questions, you will get insight into kind of how your mind works and what stops you from fully living your life the way you actually want to live it. So go to danasdiaz.com, read the blog, take the quiz, and if you want to go a little deeper, then check out my courses. I developed a transformational system called Shifting Gears. There are 3 tiers, very affordable and very effective. You will learn to align your boundaries with confidence, actions, thoughts, decisions that put you straight in the direction of what you actually want for yourself. I provide actionable steps, exercises, and tools that you implement from day one. And it's self-paced, self-guided, so you get out of it exactly what you put into it. But anytime you change the way you move through the world responds differently to you. And I am a firm believer that we all deserve the trifecta in life, which I define as being health, wealth, and happiness. And mind you, wealth isn't always financial. We can have wealth in many other things too. So go check out danasdiaz.com and then tune in next week when I will provide another little snippet of life advice to help you live better and love your life more. I'll see you.